Hi, my name is Aaron, and in this video I'm going to be going over the male and the female reproductive systems. So let's start off with the male reproductive system right over here. So over here we have the vas deferens of the male reproductive system. This is going to be the main transport of the sperm. The vas deferens is a duct that transports the mature sperm cells to the epididymis, which is another organ in the male reproductive system. And it transports it to the epididymis to the ejaculatory duct during ejaculation. So this helps give some lubrication and fluid to the sperm. Moving on, we have the epididymis over here. The epididymis is where the sperm is going to be matured and stored. So this is the site of sperm matural, and this is where it's going to be stored for ejaculation. We have the testes over here. The testes will produce the sperm in our body for males, and it's going to produce and release testosterone, which is one of the main hormones for males. We have the scrotum over here. This is going to hold both the testes, as we have one on the left side and one on the right side. We have the penis. So the penis is also going to help with the delivery of sperm. It's going to be the organ that's used for sexual intercourse and ejaculation. Moving on, we have the seminal vesicles, and the seminal vesicles produces a portion of the seminal fluid, and what it does is that it helps provide nutrients and nourishment to the sperm. So it provides it with energy so it can be able to make its way and find the egg during ejaculation. We also have Cowper's gland, and what Cowper's gland does is that it secretes pre-ejaculatory fluid, and what this pre-ejaculatory fluid does is that it helps kill the acidity of urine that could be present in the urethra of the male or within the vagina of the female, so it doesn't destroy the sperm, because the sperm will get destroyed and the DNA will become denatured in acidic conditions. We also have the prostate gland, and what this does is that it secretes prostatic fluid, and this is like a milky fluid that makes up a part of the seminal fluid. So the seminal fluid and the prostate gland will both release these fluids during ejaculation, and this helps to lubricate the sperm more. Moving on from the male reproductive system, we have the female reproductive system over here. So in the female reproductive system, we're gonna have the ovaries, and the ovaries is where the eggs will be produced and released through a process called ovulation. And the ovaries is also responsible for the production of hormones such as estrogen and progesterone, which is also responsible for secondary female sex characteristics. We also have the fallopian tubes over here. The fallopian tubes is going to be the passageway for the transport of eggs. So it's going to travel from the ovaries through the fallopian tube to the uterus right over here. And from there, the uterus is where the eggs are going to be implanted if fertilization occurs. And it will also provide a space for the nourishment of the egg and the zygote once it forms. So eventually it will become a fetus, and it's going to provide nourishment to that fetus and a safe space for that fetus. Over here, we have the cervix of the female reproductive system. This is basically the passageway between the vagina down here and the uterus, so it's the middle way of that. And what this does is that it connects the vagina with the uterus, and it allows for a passageway for menstrual blood to exit the body during the female menstrual cycle. And there's also mucus that will be produced over here as well for lubrication for sperm traveling to the uterus. And we have the vagina over here. The vagina serves as the birth canal, as when females give birth, the baby will go out through the vagina, and it will also serve as a reception of sperm during sexual intercourse. So sperm will travel through the vagina, through the cervix, into the uterus, all the way to the fallopian tube, finding the egg. And I want to also explain the process of fertilization. So the process of fertilization requires a male and a female, and when a male and a female come together, they have sex, and usually the male will ejaculate inside the female, and this will release sperm. and the sperm will eventually travel down the vagina through the cervix into the uterus and find the egg in the fallopian tube. And once contraception occurs and fertilization occurs, the fertilized egg will then make its way to the uterus and attach itself and implant itself to the uterus wall. And this is the start of fertilization, and that's how offspring occur in humans.